Hey everybody, it's Mark with G's Bees, and I'm at a friend's bee yard, and we've got a situation. We've got a laying worker hive right here. We went through it last week. I'm going to check it real quick, but I'm pretty sure that's the problem that we've got. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this hive, take it a couple hundred yards down the road, shake all the bees out. I'm going to put a queen excluder on the bottom, then the box. Hopefully that the worker, can't find her way back, or if she does, she won't be able to get through the queen excluder. This is an overwintered, of course, got a nice little bee wants to visit. Overwintered hive right here, very healthy, very strong. I'm going to try to find some 1-day-old or 2-day-old eggs and maybe a frame of brood and put some nurse bees into this to help try to prop this one back up. That's why it's always a great idea to have a couple hives. If you have an issue, you can get some resources from this one. So laying workers, sometimes it's difficult, but if you have resources and you have some space, it's not hopeless. All right, I'm a couple hundred yards away from where this hive originally was. 1, 2, 3, 4, there's only 5 frames that have bees on them. The rest of them were foundation, so I just left them over there. Here's the bad thing about it, is bees in here are gonna die. If they are nurse bees, they won't know their way back. Foragers, we're gonna put everything right back where it was, it'll come back. So how many will we have? I don't know. But I want y'all to see nothing but drone comb. Bees are happy. See, they're not moving around, they're not buzzing, they're not flying, but it's nothing but drones. So this hive is doomed if we don't give it some resources and help it out. So, shaking bees. Some of the bees already have made it back to where that comb is. There's only a handful of them. There's a pile on the ground here. Eventually they'll figure it out. They're starting to fly around. They'll get back home. So I'm gonna hurry up, get these frames back into the original hive location, add some resource to it. We'll see what happens. I'm back over here. Frames are shaking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other comb that's over here. Gonna kind of line these up. Hope to find 2 frames of brood, something we can put in there just to prop it up. So we're going to see how this works. It's about a 50-50 shot. I feel really good about having resources that I'm able to take. Bees are far enough away. You can see these foragers are coming back in. Safe to say, if they're a forager, it's not a laying worker. When we get resources from this hive, we want to make sure that we're not grabbing the queen. That's the last thing we want to do. So I'm just going to start at the top, kind of look here in the middle. I don't remember if they put all honey up here. Let's take a look. The queen could be up here, so we still want to be very careful. Nice pollen frame, a little bit of honey in the corners. All right, we've got some cap brood here. A little at the top, some drone, which I'm okay with. Oh, I see lots of larvae on this side, or lots of eggs. So I think I'm gonna take this frame. I don't know if it's stuff. Oh, yeah, I see some very young eggs. They're just starting to turn to larvae. I feel pretty confident that these are all nurse bees, so I'm just putting this whole frame in here. I did check for the queen. This is completely laid up. So this would be a good resource too to put in there. That whole side's laid up. Doubt very seriously doubt that the queen will be in here. There's nowhere for her to lay, but she could be walking around. Some drone cells on this side. Kind of a little bit of wonky comb. I don't think I'm worried about it that much. We'll take 2 frames. Put them towards the center. Now I've got 2 frames to replace. Give them a one that's just foundation, because this hive is so strong. And I'll probably checkerboard it. Beautiful pollen here. Same thing, gonna put another foundation. I'm going to save the comb for this hive. Just want to make sure that these girls have the best opportunity. I'll put the ones that aren't drawn over to the end because I want her to have the resources, or queen or to be queened. I always like when I have a chance to clean these frames out. That little bit of space makes a difference when things get packed. Now this is probably a good frame. It's got honey and pollen. The problem is that these cells are now larger. So I really don't want to put them that close to everybody else. Next week, when we inspect it, we may move this frame over, maybe just cut out that drone comb. So here's a very nice drawn out comb. It's got some nice pollen here. So I'm going to put this right beside that youngest larva. And now we're going to put this one back together. You notice these bees aren't flying around. It's kind of cool today for Virginia, 70 some. Going to put everything back, kind of not upset them too much. Now, see this entrance right there? I need to take this, there's a feeder on here, but it's really just for a shim. I need to take this off and put our telescoping cover right there, because we don't want her to fly in here and undo all our good work. Push it to the back. Just going to leave this sitting right here. All right. We've done all we can do here. Let it set for about a week or so, see what happens. If we see them drawing out queen cells, that means they're trying to right themselves. And the worker that's laying didn't come back. We might find a situation where there's more drones being laid. You can look at the frames and look at the eggs. See, are they off center? Or maybe there's two. The workers can't get their butt all the way down to the bottom of the cell like a queen kill. So sometimes the workers will just drop an egg. I think we've done the best we can for this hive. I feel good that we have a good opportunity to make it thrive. It's 2 frames of cap brood and eggs and larvae. It's got resources. She's gonna be okay.